Stover, short kick. Tucker is going to take it about the 16-yard line. And he doesn't make it back to the 25. Right now, again, to D.J. Johnson. There's a flag on the play.
Hey, Pat and John, in the first half, Coach Dave Campo said they didn't do a good job of stopping the run. He said the Ravens were able to run the ball at will. They need to do a better job of that in the second half. He said also, on offense, they had too many drop balls and too many costly penalties. He said they have to do a better job running the ball in the second half, and that'll open up the downfield passing. Back up to you, Pat.
All right, DJ. That's one.
Face mask. Pulling the bottom of the helmet off the player. 15 yards penalty, number 86 of the kicking team.
That's impossible. You cannot pull the bottom of the helmet off a guy.
That's Billy Davis, who spent a lot of time with the Cowboys.
You can pull
his guilty.
Well, he pulled the whole helmet off.
Yeah, not just the bottom.
No, the bottom. He started at the bottom, and then he just pulled the whole helmet off. So I guess that's kind of a reverse face mask. I've never seen that one called before. You know, if you do it in the front, that's a face mask, and you have the 5 or the 15 yard. That had to be the back, you know, pulling the same thing. It had to be
the back.
It had to be under the category of face mask.
Ravens blitz. Aikman back to throw. Bullware from behind, incomplete.
See, this is the thing that they were talking about. If you can't get the running game going, then all they're going to do is rush the passer. Peter Bullware is here. He's a linebacker, but one of the top pass rushing linebackers. He had a dislocated right arm, dislocated right shoulder for 2 years. He had surgery on it, and it's just starting to feel better. But Peter Bullware is a factor. I mean, he's a factor when he plays on the line of scrimmage, and he's a bigger factor when he rushes the passer.
2nd and 10. Aikman drops. Outside Thomas. That's the way a fullback's supposed to run.
Yeah, and that's the way he's supposed to tackle, too. You see what happens is when the fullback runs like Robert Thomas there and he wins the first part of that battle, then the Ravens get a whole bunch of their friends coming over, and the fullback goes off holding his backside, and he has one sock down.
Lost his sock.
That's Larry Allen here. That's the way that you send the guy out of the picture where he came from.
Now that's how you pick up a blitz.
It was Michael McGarity that he hit on that one.
Or control a stunt in that case. Here's Aikman. And McGarity, who reached but didn't quite make it, I don't think. It's very close to a first.
You know, one of the things that McCrary was trying to, we were talking yesterday to Marvin Lewis. He's the defensive coordinator of the Ravens, and he says with Troy Aikman, you know, when a quarterback doesn't run, he said your ends can take an inside entry, you know, to the pass rusher. And I've never heard, I've heard, an ends could take an inside. Remember, Charles Haley was one of the best, but
I know what he means.
Marvin Lewis was saying he can take an inside entry, and that's what McCrary did. McCrary took an inside entry. You can do that. Not going to be first down. You can do that, but you may find Larry Allen sitting there waiting for you.
McGarity and the Cowboys need about that much.
Well,
the
Cowboys were, what, 4th and 8 or so earlier, and they went for it. But they had better field position. This time, they're not going to go for it. And I think this defense, you say it's only inches, you ought to go for it. The Cowboys haven't found an area to go for it yet. I mean, if they had something up the middle they could do, or something to either side they could do, but they haven't found where they can gain inches inside.
If there's a place in the mind of their quarterback, Troy Aikman, if there's a place to go at them, and it's not a weak link by any means, it's their left cornerback.
Yeah, and he needs James McKnight to stay in the game to do that. He has to do it with McKnight.
Cantrell back to punt. Jermaine Lewis back deep for the Ravens. Cantrell gets off a good punt this time. Fair catch at about the 17, where the Colts will take over. The Cowboys will see if their defense is shored up over the half.
Toyota, more choices, better selections. Experience Toyota today.
Darren Woodson's in the game on defense for Dallas, but this first carry is by Jamal Lewis.
Yeah, it was interesting. Darren Woodson came out. They said he has a contusion. You see, he has that big pad on that right arm.
Cast, yeah.
He came out. They couldn't find his helmet. They finally found it there in the trunk. It had been put away. But watch him when he tries to put it on. You can see that he can't use that right arm at all. And he couldn't even strap it up. He went over to Randall Cunningham, and Randall Cunningham helped him put the strap on. So he's playing with one arm.
That's a big pass, or a big protective. This is Lewis around the corner. He does have good speed, and Woodson made the stop.
And good size and good power, and he has everything.
Yeah.
And he must have about 120 yards now, but watch Darren Woodson. We just showed that he's playing with one arm, and that one arm is his left arm. But I'll tell you, he's a warrior. I mean, that's another word we throw around too much. This guy's a warrior, that guy's a warrior. But if we talk about the definition, I would put Darren Woodson in that category. I would take him.
That's the first run by Jamal Lewis to his right, starting in that direction, to his right. There he is again. This time hit at the line of scrimmage. Those of you who might have missed how Woodson got hurt, look at him hit.
Right there.
Yeah.
The right arm and the knee of Jamal Lewis. Then they went in to x-ray it here, and the x-ray machine was broken. Then they had to take him to the hospital. He came out and just walked in, put his helmet on after it was lost, and there's the last play with Darren Woodson. You can see, even though he can't use that right arm, he's still in on every tackle.
He's still in the middle of the collision. Here's Dilfer back to throw, and throws outside, this time to Ismail.
Yeah, I think this Raven offensive line, especially the left side, kind of took control of the Dallas defense early, and now they can do anything with them. I mean, they can run the ball. They have good time, and in pass protection they have plenty of time, and they're just having their way. You look at running left, middle, right. Jamal Lewis 63 yards to the left, 47 up the middle, and 18 to the right.
That offensive line is very big and very athletic. Here's Dilfer looking for someplace to go. Can't find it. Alonzo Spellman from behind.
I think Alonzo Spellman darn near knocked the ball out the first time.
Yeah.
Did you see him?
Yep.
I mean, he comes right around there, and it looked like he almost knocked the ball. Here's Alonzo Spellman here. Now watch, he takes a bull rush. And when Alonzo Spellman with that strength takes a bull rush right there, he did knock the ball out of Trent Dilfer's hand. And then Trent Dilfer was able to bring it back, and Alonzo Spellman still got the sack.
Got back up and got the sack.
That's a heck of a play. I mean, the pass rush, the bull rush, getting his hand out there, and then getting up and still making the sack.
McGarity back deep. The Cowboys sent their rush team after it. McGarity signaled fair catch and made it at about the 18. That is before the game, Alonzo Spellman. That is a big tattoo.
That could be someone's leg.
Levi's Cords.
We can expect
Amy?
in the coming months is Director of Product Development, Paul Noon.
Got it. Nortel Networks is building the new high-performance internet, the wireless internet, with optical technology that makes it faster
Overall, this has been an
and
exciting
more
year.
reliable.
But the next few months will mark the beginning of a new Gesundheit. come together.
In fact, with technology changing
Over me.
Oh, he looks so handsome. Mommy's big man. You're such a big boy. I'm going to give you a big kiss.
$4.92 saved buying Spike a holiday sweater online. $6.42 overpaid on shipping.
Oh, you look so precious.
If your gifts aren't being sent priority mail, you're probably paying too much. So make sure to ask for it.
Fly like an eagle.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Is that a happy face?
You know, the Goosey either needs a little less head or a little more helmet.
I don't know if
it
they
just doesn't look like it's balanced.
No.
That stuff.
I don't know if they make more helmet.
Yeah, he was just standing on that line of scrimmage and he winked at someone in the Cowboy huddle.
This is Emmitt Smith, and there's nothing there, nor has there been all day. Ray Lewis made the stop.
Well, you know, those two tackles that we're talking about, I mean, Tony Siragusa and Sam Adams, what they do is they eat up blocks. These two guys here, they eat up blocks, then they free up the linebackers. But just watch how they just hit that gap. You see how they eat up the blocks there? And then there's always going to be a free linebacker when you put two guys on one defensive tackle.
I think Siragusa has been eating more than blocks.
In addition, what else he eats? He eats up blocks.
Emmitt Smith to the 36. Kim Herring made the stop, by far the longest run.
Well, they finally found something in there. And this is what you're going to see here. This is how it looks. You see, they get a good block right there. I mean, that knocks someone off, and then they can just pick off the inside, and then here comes Emmitt Smith. You see Big E comes in there, and then he goes to the outside. And that whole thing was really made by Solomon Page. That first hit that he made. He just knocked someone out of there and could have knocked him right into his center, Mark Stepnoski, who's
He's down.
That was Dallas's first rushing first down.
Stepnoski still down. Stepnoski headed for the locker room. Ben Fricke has taken his place. First and 10 at their own 36 for the Cowboys. That's Tucker in motion. And that's Emmitt Smith. Emmitt stiff arm, and he heads down the sideline and out of bounds. See if we can see what happened to Stepnoski, John.
Well, you watch Michael McCrary is number 99, and he's gonna come across and he's gonna hit Stepnoski. There's McCrary right there. And watch his left leg hits Mark Stepnoski's left leg. Now watch Stepnoski. He's down there. You see him grab the leg. He grabbed the leg, and as you said, they helped him off the field, and they took Mark Stepnoski right to the locker room. Now Ben Fricke, the center now, is only 6 feet tall.
Yep.
And that's a lower, so Troy Aikman has to bend down more to get the snap from him.
And he says, there's Emmitt Smith again. Crosses midfield or gets to midfield.
Troy Aikman said when his back was bothering him,
that's the most uncomfortable.
The thing that he couldn't do is get in that stance there, where you have to come up and kind of bend your knees to get down there. And we asked Stepnoski about it last night, and he goes, "Oh no," he said, "he doesn't have any problem with me." He said, "It's my backup he has problem with."
Ben Fricke.
He's only 6 foot, so now he's playing with Ben Fricke in there. And watch how much he has to bend his knees. See how low Ben Fricke gets?
Yep.
Now watch what Troy Aikman, see how he has to bend to get down there? When his back was bad, that bothered him more than anything.
Aikman looks left, throws right, got a man. That's James McKnight right now for another game break. Let's return to James Brown in Los Angeles.
Hey, Pat and John, do you think Chris Chandler would like to have this one back? Look at that pass, hanging up there forever. And guess what? The rookie, Jason Webster, picks it off, takes it 71 yards to pay dirt. It's now 13-3 San Francisco in the third. Back to Pat and John.
17-0 here in Baltimore. The Ravens leading the Cowboys. First and 10, Dallas at the Baltimore 37. Here's Aikman to Emmett again. Crosses the 35. Ray Lewis made the stop. Sunday's Best is on Fox tonight. Catch all the new episodes of King of the Hill, The Simpsons, Malcolm in the Middle, and The X-Files. The new Fox Sunday kicks off tonight at 7:30, 6:30 Central, and on the West Coast, be sure to tune in at 7 for Futurama. Sunday's Best is right here on Fox.
We just got word that Mark Stepnoski has a sprained left knee and will not return.
They made that decision in a hurry. Here's Aikman. Fires complete. On the way down to Wayne McGarity.
Now that is something. I mean, everyone thinks that Troy Aikman isn't the most nimble quarterback in football, but he was very nimble on that play, wasn't he? He was going down. In fact, when he throws this, I think his body is perpendicular to the ground. Watch him here.
It is.
See that?
Yep.
I mean, he's throwing that off nothing as he's going down. It wasn't for a lot of yards, but there was no loss either.
3rd and 4.
He was trying to throw to the left, and he got caught up in his own guy. And had to throw. That's tough to throw a pass from a perpendicular position.
Harris, the man on the move. The handoff is to Emmitt Smith, and he won't get the first down. Ray Lewis, one more time.
It's darn near impossible to run with Ray Lewis in there because you can't get a blocker on him, and even if you do get a blocker on him, he's still so strong. I mean, you just watch how he just takes on, and then he looks like he's going to take on a guy, and then just slides right into the middle to make the play.
That was Larry Allen he was about to take on, or Larry Allen thought so.
Well, he doesn't want to take on Larry Allen when his shoulders are square, he says.
No. Who does? Cedar, and it's going to be wide right and short. And the Colts keep their shutout alive. The Colts, the Ravens.
And the toughest points are always those first points.
Yep. 17-0. Baltimore leads Dallas.